And this is her horse is Kalohi, who is an older horse, but he's fabulous. And why don't you introduce yourself and Mr. Bucky?
I'm Alessandra. This is wonderful Bucky. He's a little special.
He's special. Bucky is special. I did Bucky as a young horse he was even more special at that moment. Yeah.
Not as special as Christ.
Quite her horse is more special than yours, actually. Believe it or not. Buckle Up is his name. And then we have Steve. And what is your horse's name? Contador. And Contador is back in work.
Yeah, we trail ride a little. We did 2 shows at Princeton in May.
Right. You haven't done that. Okay. And so we're just going to put you through some bending lines and make you do some counting, and you'll be all set.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. All right. Let's take the track to the left to get started. And we only have 3, so we can get going. So Bucky, we're going to just try to keep him paying attention to you a little bit. That would be the most fun. Haha. And Tara, he looks pretty quiet for coming to a new place.
Yeah, he's here.
Good.
He has a little bit of a wild hand action.
Okay. Well, we sort of like the energy, don't we?
Yeah.
And what is his nature is good, Steve? He's
awesome.
Brave and perfect and okay.
Great. He hasn't seen anything really, but he should be just great.
Yeah. And what is your other horse's name?
TJ. Did you ride TJ?
Mm-mm.
No, he's after you.
Mm-hmm.
You were Rembrandt, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's shorten up our reins and get organized, and we'll start out with a nice posting trot. So what we're looking for is as you're going down the long side, keep them nice and straight. Shorten your reins, Steve. And Bucky, no faster than that. Because sometimes going fast is also an evasion. Okay? So you are in control of his rhythm. Good, keep a little weight down in your heels. Tara, let's just shorten those reins a hair. Fingers closed on the reins, Tara. And we're going to sit the saddle and halt. So you're going to shorten your reins a little bit. Do it now. Shorten your reins a little bit. Do what I say. There you go. So watch when you have your hands above and in front of the wither. Keep your hands here and keep them pretty even. You have your funny way of doing something.
Okay.
Okay? Elbow, hand, mouth.
Okay.
Throat latch is too tight.
Okay.
Is there a reason there's no noseband?
I don't have to clean it.
Well, that's a good reason.
I mean, I never used one. Tell me if you think he needs one.
You just want to be cool.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Thank you.
Carry on. Posting trot. Think about that hand position. Weight down. Every time you go up, think about your balance. So the balance should be above your leg. A lot of times we just post, trot, 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 and we don't even think about what we're doing. Your balance is important. Above your leg. Is this your new saddle?
Yeah.
Nice. How's it feel?
Good.
Fingers closed. Good, Tara. Your balance, Steve. Up and down. You have a balance in the upward motion and a balance in the downward motion, and you're controlling your body at all times. And everybody change direction. So there's easy to do. There's not that many people. Good. Very good with your eyes, Alessandra. Good, Tara. Right leg, stay a little bit more down underneath you, not swinging behind you. Fingers closed. Watch that you don't get your arms too straight. I like the idea, but not so that you're stiff. Good, Steve. Up, down. Good. Rhythm and balance. And everybody stay up and post. And when I say up, see if you have how much you have to shift to stay up. If you're really balanced, it should be very easy. Alessandra, up. Pretty good. Post. Tara, up. There you go. Post. You're trying to waver a little bit. And Steve, up. Very good. And post. Very good balance. And now down to the sitting trot. So you're going to sit your horses and keep leg on them, Bucky. Sitting trot doesn't mean lazy, let's not go forward trot. He needs to keep working into the bridle. That's it. And posting trot. Think about that hand position again, Steve. Both hands are even. And again, sitting trot. And posting. And walk. Okay, we're going to start a circle at this end of the ring around the black over the cavaletti, posting trot. So Tara, you can start. Steve, Alessandra, when you come up to this way, you'll fit yourself into the circle. And as you're going over the cavaletti, again, maintaining a posting rhythm, keeping your horse centered. So you guys keep trotting and come on up here and fit in behind Tara. Eyes up, lower leg down underneath you. And see if you can get that better. Steve, you can just fit right into the cavaletti. Keep that rhythm. Eyes are up. Feel the balance. And you're looking to ask your horse to just keep trotting. Eventually, they'll just settle in, and it's just part of their trotting rhythm. Bucky, part of the trotting rhythm. Part of the trotting rhythm. So Alessandra, you just keep thinking of your posting rhythm. Excellent, Steve. And feel what your horses are doing. Are they stepping evenly and straight, or are they swinging to one side and drifting? That will give you an indication of what will happen later. Bucky is shifting right. Do you notice that? So let's work on the straightness. Steve, that was better. And Tara, work on not letting him get too long, right? He's getting a little long. There, that's better. Concentrate on that so he doesn't get long. That has to be done earlier. You corrected it, but you corrected it after you already made the mistake. Very good. Keep his neck short, pull high, eyes up. I know, there's things to look at. Your eyes up. There you go. Your eyes are glancing down, Alessandra. You should already be looking up. Very good focus. I like it. Very good focus. And Tara, you're going to change direction after this. Good, Tara. Follow Tara then. Eyes are up. Eyes are up. Eyes are up. Eyes are up. Good. Follow Tara. Reverse your direction. Excellent. Good. You're still looking for a better rhythm. Oh, he shifted way to the inside, Steve. Excellent. That was better. That was better. So Steve, you lose him around that top turn. Do you feel that? He's drifting a little towards the door. Tara, you can go in the middle and walk or halt. Steve, right here. Keep a straighter neck. Watch that you don't overbend. You're hanging on the inside rein. Hanging on the inside rein. Bucky, around the turn. Look, Alessandra. He's not paying attention to you, is he? No. Okay, Alessandra, you go to the center. Excellent. Go to the center. So Steve, that was better. Now he had a mistake, but you were lighter through the turn with your hand. You weren't hanging on the mouth, and then he was very soft over the rail. Okay, that was the difference between that. Bucky, we're going to come again. So now you have to, I know this horse, and I know your problems with him, but the biggest thing is you have to be more aware of when he's attentive and when he's not. Because when he's not, you have trouble, which is 50% of the time, 60% of the time. So what you're going to do as a rider, where does he always lose his attention this direction? Right. So what you need to do is get his attention. So how can you do that? Any idea? That's one way. Tara, do you have another way maybe?
Cut the turn maybe a little bit so she doesn't go in so he looks at the door as much.
You could start your turn a little differently. You could start it a little earlier. For me personally, I would talk to him. He doesn't list, he checks out, he checks in, he checks out, he checks in. So I found with these type of horses, if you talk to them, first of all, you are having a conversation all the time you're on them, riding or whether you're talking, but you're actually speaking to him and you say, hey, Bucky, pay attention to me. And that will do a lot for you. And it becomes more, you will become more and more aware then, by you saying it, you've really challenged his lack of attention. Do you understand that? So as you're trotting here, you say, hey, Bucky, pay attention to me. Look at the cavaletti. Even if you're having it sounds silly, but you have a little conversation, it can make a big difference. So let's, Bucky, come couple more times, and let's see if you can have a little bit better conversation with him. Talk to him now. He's not paying attention. He should be looking at the cavaletti. So we're not going to do any counterbend this time. I don't like the counterbend actually, because I want him to look at it. So he needs to listen to your inside leg, Alessandra, now, and talk to him. There. There. One more time. Again, talk to him. There, he keeps in and out, right? Every time he's losing attention, he looks at the Liverpool, he does something different. Here. Keep his attention. There you go. There you go. Excellent. And walk. So it can be as simple as that, okay? Do you understand? Really good. Okay, everybody back out to the track to the left. So as you were standing, now you're shortening up your reins, Steve. You're going to check that leg position, make sure it's not swinging behind you. Tara, overall position is good. Right leg likes to get a little awkward, let's get down. So make sure you've got an evenness. Your shoulders are squared up, your seat bones are in the saddle. Weight is going evenly down. Now you've got those straight arms and straight fingers. You look like a mummy out there. Shorten, close your fingers and have a slight softness to the elbow. There you go. And you kick him up to the contact. You're not just hanging on him and letting him be straight out. And sitting trot. So he's got to listen to you. Excellent, Alessandra. I like that. He was dull, he wasn't paying attention, and then you asked him to pay attention. Steve, your reins are too long. Shorter rein, longer arm. Going to the left, watch that he doesn't overbend to the left, because then he gets this funny sidesteppy thing. And canter. Good, Tara. That was really good. Excellent on Bucky. Good, Steve. And sitting trot with leg, Tara. Keep your hands up and leg. Good. Keep a little inside leg on Bucky because he's just dwelling. Do you feel that? When he gets the head straight up in the air, you have to get him to listen to one of the legs. And right now it's the left leg. And canter. Reins are too long, Steve. You get stiff in your elbow when that happens. Posting trot. Tara, excellent. Change direction. Pull high. Good. So Alessandra, if you change direction, you might have a whole new set of things, spooky things, as we know. And canter. Good job. Good, Steve. Really sit in the saddle. Let the weight go down into your leg. Soften your knee. You're pinching with your knee, and that keeps you from really sitting the saddle. That's better, Steve. I like it. Good, Tara. Keep a little leg. Very good. Good, Tara. And you're going to shorten your reins, get into the 2-point and a little gallop. Gallop with rhythm. Think about a gallop if you're doing jumping in a big grass field. Visualize the gallop, not head up in the air running away. Tara, you don't have a lot of control, right? He's sort of hanging on you. So see if you can get him a little soft or a little shape. Bucky looks really good. Really good, Bucky. Steve, that looks soft. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Good, Tara. That's better. Sit the saddle with leg. Otherwise, they're going to fall behind you. Sit, leg, and shorten your stride. This is where Bucky has a hard time. So just quick, no, easy, Alessandra. Just do a quick reorganization. Take your time. Move him over. He's leaning. Lower your hands, Steve. Watch that your hands don't get high for the correction. Keep them in line. Hand, elbow, hand, mouth. Using both hands evenly for your half halt. And a little inside leg. Good. Shortening is harder than the lengthening. Okay, lengthen. 2-point, lengthen. Steve, you could circle if you need to or cut the ring. Shorten your reins, Tara. Be strong up there in your upper body. Good. So once again, Bucky has an excellent canter. 2-point. Good, Steve. Shorten. Sit your saddle and leg. Smooth hand, Steve. Shorten each stride. You can help him because he gets a little stiff, right? He puts his head up. Sit your saddle. Lower. Look how high your hands are. Too high. Hair lower. And Tara, walk. And come on in and just relax. Steve, walk. And I'm just going to watch Bucky for a minute. And sitting trot, Alessandra. Okay, halt. What just happened there?
I didn't have enough leg on my downward transition.
Yes. And that happens too when you're shortening, all those kind of things. The other thing you have to pay attention to is that you start to lean back. Do not lean back. You're going to stay tall, hip to shoulder, not behind the vertical. Stay at the vertical here, strong, without doing this. That actually weakens your position, okay? So we're going to canter again. So walk forward and canter. Use half the ring if you can. Just cut the ring there. And lengthen and shorten. Leg not behind him, sits tall. And watch it. You like to do is when you lean back, you jam your leg forward. Keep your leg down underneath you and sit tall, stretch taller. That's it. And halt. Walk forward, past the standards a little bit. Turn on the haunches. Both hands to the inside. Kick them off that outside 8. Yep. Good job feeling it, because if you get too strong, he'll rear. Yeah, I can see that. And walk forward. And canter. Man, he likes to just do the opposite lead. I love it. Good. And lengthen. And shorten. Sit. Leg. Raise your outside hand a little. Not behind it, not behind. And halt. Okay, Steve, let's go out. Let's use, go through, Tara, just move out and go through that gap where Tara is. And we're just going to stay in a circle up here. So he looks great until you start doing something. And then he gets a little fussy and a little strong. He changes his head carriage. So we're going to just give you a quick little tip on how to help that, where you can actually be a little bit more successful. You get a little physical. You can, you're strong, but trying not to be as physical to fix that. Trying to use it a little bit correcter. First thing is we're going to shorten the reins. And now he's crooked, right? So is that a little tension? He's got a little anticipation about cantering, right? So think about your straightness. Sometimes you have to just relax your seat a little bit and just, yeah, like that. Now think about your hands. This is there you go, left hand. You get, I think because he gets crooked to the left, that's where you get into that odd little position that you do. That's what it seems like. And canter. That was nice. Sit, sit, sit. Now your reins are too long, and I see that because your left hand, your inside rein, your hand is almost in your lap. There you go. Sit your saddle. Now a little lengthening. So put leg on him. Do it. Even if he gets messy, that's what we're trying to fix. Now shorten. 1, 2, 1. You've got to balance them first, right? So shortening and lengthening, it all has to do with balance. And that's where he wants to hang. Keep your leg and lengthen. Soften your arms a little. Send them forward. Send them forward. Now shorten. 2. Lower your hands a little. Lower your hands. Outside hand goes a little lower. There you go. And sitting trot. Change direction. And look, and canter. Active, active, active. Come on, active. And that's where he gets a little difficult, right? Active. And slow it down. Make a small circle. But ride the canter, ride the canter. That's it. That's it, good. Go larger. Active, send them forward. Keep your hands not too high. Reins are long. With feeling. That's better. That's better. Shorten your canter. Sit, sit, sit. Raise your hands, hair, not there, 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 there. That's it. Keep a little leg. There, there. And halt. Keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it. Not too high, keep everything the same. There you go, and long rein. So in answer to your question, yes, I would probably put a noseband on this horse. He's very evasive. Do you feel that?
Yep.
His mouth is wide open.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't do any of that. You know,
Yeah, the lengthening and shortening.
I just try.
Yeah. But even you could do that on the trail ride. You could do lengthening and shortening.
Let me trade.
Okay, both of you, come on back. He's not super fit, is he?
I have the nose bend if you want me to get it.
That's all right. We'll be fine. Just watch the hands. You know, when he gets strong, your core is here. So if you were having long reins, you'd have your hands back here. That's your strength. But right here is your strength. If you're going to carry something, you carry it right here.
Okay.
That's where you're strong. Up here, you're pretty weak.
Okay.
Think about carrying something heavy.
Yeah.
You're carrying it right here.
All right.
Do you understand that? That's where your strength is, right here.
If he lifts his head.
If he lifts his head, you can go this way a little bit, but you get like this.
All right.
And then you've disconnected. Yeah. So what you're trying to do, if your horse is resisting, like his does, so his horse's head goes up, the mouth is here, but you're still trying to and yours does too, you're still trying to maintain a connection. So if you get too high, that there is no connection up here, ever, except, I'm trying to think ever, hardly ever, I can't ever imagine. But right here, so this is kind of normal, right here. If your horse's head is really high, you can come up a little bit, but right there, that's about it, and you're gonna always keep leg. But trying not to break it up, because when you do this, you've just disconnected what you're trying to connect. And basically, he's evading the little compression, hand and leg together. And if you throw it away, then they've won, so to speak. And then you're not getting that hind end into the action, into the halt, into the better quality trot, canter, or into a collected activity. And he gets really away from you because he's built so high-headed that to really get him round over his back, it gets a little troublesome. And his spooking reaction is always, and then he doesn't go forward. So you're asking always to stay a little connected and just please go forward when I say so. That's all, okay? So let's shorten your stirrups a hole for jumping. Do you need to be stiff? And we're going to start over this little cavaletti exercise. How's Bucky going to be at the Liverpool? Perfect?
Yes.
Good.
We hope.
You're a nice horsey. Dan, can you just roll that cavaletti back up? Perfect, thank you. Hey, Terry, you're going to start us off. You're going to do the cavaletti line, straight line. Then you're going to jump the red jump. Come through this gap, change direction, and finish back up the cavaletti line.
Okay. What is the?
Probably it's a 4 to a 5. Okay, Bucky, you're going to have a good jumping session. Hi. Good, Tara. She's giving herself a circle to get started. She's in a light seat. I like it. Look. Stay in the center leg. So easy 4, easy 5. Good. Looking for her turn. Organize the lead change. Hands together. Very good. Steve? Excellent. That was really good. Smooth. And you had good energy to your first one, which is hard for you. Look early. Talk to him about paying attention to you around your turns. That's fine. He did 4 to 4. You did 4 to 4 coming back, but it was fine. 4 to 5 was easy the first time. Look. Now really smooth. Lower the hands a little and just regulate the quality of your canter. Very good. So Steve did a little option there. He did 4 to the 4 on the way out, and you did 5 to the 4 on the way back, which was actually a very smart thing. This 4 is very steady, and it set you up beautifully to do the 4. Very good. Strategy. He used some strategy. I like that. Bucky. You can go look at it if you want to. Set up pretty nice there with a cavaletti. Not a big deal. Lower your hands a little. There, I'm just riding them into that. That's it. Try a little bit lighter seat here. See if you can get that canter to be a little softer. And then if you need to sit, there you go. And then if you need to sit down as you get a little closer, you can. Balance it. Balance. There you go. Excellent. So the biggest problem I saw there is his canter gets very upright and then he doesn't really go. So I say use a little bit lighter seat at times. Obviously in front of a jump that's spooky and you need to sit down and really support it, that's fine. But look for moments, like when you first pick up your canter, be lighter. You're already sitting very heavy and very defensive and he goes that way. So to me, even though I know what he does, you have to ride him like he's a good horse as much as you can. And then when he shows you he needs more support or a different ride, then you do that. Don't be stupid. I mean, I'm not saying loose rein him going down to like the purple jump or something, but you can be in a little bit lighter seat so he doesn't get so racky in the canter. The head is so high and he gets so hollow in his back. Okay? Think about that. Okay, that was excellent, everybody. So we will progress. We will progress. We are now going to do let's start with this outside line, the green line. We'll do the 6, adding in the 6. So we're going to add in the 6. Then we're going to do the purple jump. Yes. Okay. The hoops, the middle jump on the diagonal. The two hoopy things. The oxer in the center. Oxer, 4 strides to the vertical. Okay? Then you're going to come around and do the black. And then after the black, you're going to turn right, awkward turn, and do red.
Okay, so
Yes, yes. Roll back on the red to the Liverpool to a very balancing 4.
okay. So off the right, 6
Adding in the 6.
to the middle,
Yes. Direct 4.
4, black jump.
Yep.
Roll back onto the red.
Yes.
4 strides?
Probably 4. It can be a 3. Depends on how you get there. But off of that turn, I think it's going to put you out in the 4.
Okay. To a steady 4.
Yeah. And the 4, bending 4, sets you up for the quiet 4.
Okay.
All right? So we're going to do it this height to start with, and then we can make some jumps bigger. But let's get everybody around the course. Direct 4. I think at that point in the course, he'll easily get the 4. And the 6 should be easy for you. Nice transition. Good job. Have enough pace to the first one, so then you can option. You can maintain or you can compress. Stretch tall, stay tall, stay tall. Excellent. Really well done. Right? You got a hair square in the turn to the red. You could have just been a hair smoother, but little bit. Steve. Lower your hands. And Steve, for that, look at me for a minute. So there you did a downward transition. You stood in your stirrups and you pulled. Let yourself sit the saddle. Let him feel, listen to your body, and then you can rebalance him, which is what you're trying to do. Okay? Use it a little bit differently. Nice. Look early. Keep your eye on it. Think of your rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come around the ring. So he has a huge stride. Correct? So we're adding in this line. And this is more just for discipline than anything else. So when you land, Steve, you have to land, use both hands, and say the landing step, you know, if you're counting, it's 1. The 1 should be, whoa, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Hands right where they are, and that's where you'll land and do that whoa. Whoa, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lower your hands, lower your hands. 1, 2. You're getting jump loose. Okay, but the other thing is your track. You had trouble after the green making the turn, so this jump wasn't as organized to make a related distance, was it? So again, your first line worked out, but again, halt for a minute. So your hands are here. When you land, it's keep your hands here, whoa, 2, 3, right here.
Okay.
Not getting, because he's already fussy. So you're looking to keep your hands in
Steady
place.
that.
So when he's getting strong or doing this, keep your hands in place.
Okay.
Keep them in place. As steady as you can. Then what you're trying to do is take all this extra stuff and just channel it here, right here.
Okay.
Think about that. And then when you land, half halt again before you enter your turn. So we need to just break it down with you because you're just out of practice. Whoa, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, whoa. Lower your hand, keep your hands, keep the connection. Whoa, 2, 3, 4. And whoa, again, hands in place. Keep that little connection that we've talked about. Excellent. Low hands and connection. 1, 2, help your rhythm. 1, 2, low. Hey, well done. Hands, stretch tall. Finish it up with a good posture. Now you got it. Steve, that was really, really well done. You're able to execute that beautifully. It helps you when you can just stay right in that little square space. That's really good. Okay, buckle up. Really good, Steve. Good, she's got the light seat. Keep your hands in place, right there. Keep them in place. Just like I was talking to Steve, that's exactly what you have to do with this horse. Keep your hands in that area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep going. Hands. Try not to whip, just keep some pressure with your leg. Good. Try not to crop them on the shoulders. Just use some leg if you can. Leg on the takeoff. Leg on the takeoff. Look, look. Leg and balance. Okay, come on over here, and I want to show you the same little explanation that I did with Steve. That was pretty good. Really, overall pretty good. But your hands are going to stay here. Okay, now keep your hands strong. Ready? So no matter what he's doing, keep your hands in the same place. Don't go with it. Keep them there. Pressure, no matter what he's doing. And then now you've got that pressure. Your legs just push them straight, push them straight, push them straight. Try to get away from all the whipping. Really see if you can do it more with this and that. Yeah. Use the whipping for more emergency. Right now, he looks pretty good. Okay. I don't think he's going to be naughty, okay? Because he knows I could get on him. Right? Okay, excellent. Good. Dan, can we have this jump raise 2 holes, please? Yeah, if I can get this thing out. I don't know if I can do this. Did you get yours? Yes? Okay. And then go this corner up 3.
Up 3.
Just the one corner, yeah. Oh, we got to put this back up. Bottom rail. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start left lead over the black plank, go around the cavaletti, then we're going to do the vertical, 4 strides to the green, the oxer in the center, for those of us who are colorblind. Then Tara, you will go and make that left-hand turn to the blue. So that left-hand turn is similar to this right-hand turn that we did. So see if that can just be a hair smoother. Then, after that, you are going to do, I'm going to walk it again. I think it's going to be 5 strides to the Swedish, and then 5 strides up to the vertical. Yep. You should stand, you could stand right here. Mm-hmm.
So no one's using this one.
Yep, and this I'm gonna, this is uneven, right? Yeah. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to raise this one more hole. Hang on. Just one. And then we'll raise this white rail 2 holes. That'll look better. You know, I can give you a ground line too. Ready? So Tara is studying her course a little bit. She's not just starting out. She wants to make sure she has a clear vision of what's going to happen. That doesn't look right. I'll go up one more with that white. Yep. Okay, and halt. And I'm going to have her halt just because that's a common mistake for this kind of jump. This kind of jump it's a little odd, awkward start because it's on an angle. And Tara rode it very tentative, right? So he kind of knew he was going to jump the jump, but it wasn't very good. So you have to ride these jumps. This, again, is more of a mental challenge than for the horse. Horses jump these jumps all the time, but she didn't just send them to it. She came and she was a little bit unsure and she didn't just ride from here right on down to it. So come again with that in mind. Be a little bit bolder, be a little braver, and then you'll see he'll just jump it so much better. And in the end, her horse hit the rail, which is, especially for this horse, oftentimes when he hits rails and he starts bucking and he really misbehaves. So she's kind of falling into a trap here. So again, this is a rider's jump, not a horse jump. So you see the difference? That was much better. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so she ended up doing the 6 to the Swedish. Why, Steve?
The line.
What did she do in the line?
She went out and the line a little bit more.
She did. So she was not, okay, but her problem actually started when? It started here on the landing from this jump. So when she landed from the jump itself was fabulous, but then he was not in a good balance. He was hanging on her, cross-cantering, and she never, here is where she should have rebalanced her horse to already here be preparing for that turn. There was no preparation into the entry into that turn, and therefore she got the jumped, but she was on such an awkward angle, it threw her way out into a 6 stride. Now, her recovery was fantastic. She had a beautiful 6 stride and a beautiful 5 stride, but this area is where you had problems. You had a flat work problem, landing from a jump. Your horse was in a bad canter, that's all. The jumps itself were fantastic, but that's knowing also why something happened. It wasn't so much that line, it was because of the landing and the lack of balance in your canter that caused that line, okay? So Steve, that's going to be the same thing with you a little bit, same issues. Think about how we talked about your hands. If you can keep your hands in that little box area, keep it right there, you'll have a lot more success.
4, roll back, 5, 5.
Mm-hmm. Good, Terry, jump beautiful, really good. So work on the straightness here. And that's why he picked up the wrong lead, because you let him be crooked. Get your hands in position. Stretch tall, not leaning over your hands. Hands. And walk. I think. Yeah. So again, you have a big strided horse and you got a little impatient about this line. You came on such a direct line, you were really lined up for 3, and you're lucky that he kind of fit that one in. So the line is, it's a bending line. It's not a direct line. Remember how we did it the other way? We didn't come on like standard to standard. You just did a line, so that would be a track you would take in a jump off. If we're going to win the class, we're going to do 3 strides here on a direct, but we're not doing that. Start again. Hands, stretch tall in your upper body. Excellent, excellent. So have a little patience in the 4 stride. Okay, so just long rein and walk back up here. So again, interesting, because that now you overdid the approach to this jump. So this is another common problem. So Steve had a problem in almost doing 3 strides. So his answer was, I'm going to get to a really short distance here. But that's not really the answer, is it? He rode so badly here that you are now almost unable to get 4 strides. So you still ride this jump normal. This jump isn't ridden any differently. And all you have to do, again, is do this track. Normal jump there, and just keep a little flow here. And I'll put this little block here so you have a visual to actually help you with your little bend. Because I don't want you to ride that jump so backward. Just keep your rhythm, keep your rhythm. That's a good rhythm. Keep your hands in the box. Leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to give you a break. But what happened going to that jump? You had such an odd approach, he almost turned right in front of it.
I think you should get a little fried.
You're frying your horse?
Yeah.
You're confusing him.
Yeah.
So you just have to be clear. So again, it just goes back to simple steering. So you're having a problem with simple steering, and you're complicating it right now. The bending line, it shouldn't be that difficult. So you have to remember, when you're riding, and you remember this too, Alessandra, when you're coming out of this turn here, you've got this feeling in your horse, but now you're not steering it to turn. You're guiding it, pushing it, hands are here in that box, pushing him to this. You are steering him, you're getting too physical, and he almost turned because he thought you were turning him. So that's how confused he is. So you have to just squeeze him up and over. Got it? Let's let Bucky go. He needs a little break anyway because he's not that fit. So with Bucky, you have to make sure he's listening to your leg. So if I'm on this horse, I'm going to pick up my canter. I'm going to send him forward. I'm going to lengthen. I'm going to shorten. I'm going to lengthen. I'm going to shorten a couple times before I go to this first jump. This should not be a surprise to him. If you say go, he should be going. So right now, you got this whole ring. It's a big, long ring. You can work on that. Make sure he's listening. And even there, he picks up the wrong lead. That means he's not listening. Steve, your horse does the same thing. You have to figure out why there's such an odd communication there. Kick him forward and slow him down. But remember, the hands have to be a little lower, Alessandra, and stay lighter in your seat. A little forward in a rhythm, not chasing them. It's not a chase. It's teaching them to gallop in rhythm. That was lovely. Keep a little engine, keep a little engine, keep a little engine, 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 engine. So what happened there?
I just missed the lead change and he kind of got a little puzzled.
Okay, halt, halt.
And I didn't keep him straight.
Okay, the first jump was as good as you're going to get.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. So this is another. It's timing and preparation and thinking. You're not thinking. So you landed here. What should you have done? Simple lead change. If he's not going to do the lead change, just simple lead change. Now, by this point, you're on the correct lead. And guess what? Now you have a chance of making that. Yeah. He's funny turning right, isn't he? Yeah. So you have to plan for that. So when you're coming around the turn, you're looking. You see the center of the jump. You don't go any further out. You stay here. Now you start to come in here, not out there. If you're out there, you're probably too far and you're not going to get to the jump. Do you understand that? You have to break down the course. You have to, first of all, get the canter you want. Second of all, jump the jump. Third, organize yourself like Tara. Set yourself up for the turn. If it's a simple, don't do that. If it's a simple lead change, get it done early, get them going, plan your turn early, and get going. Okay? Come again. Keep a feel of his mouth. Remember, we're working on that little bit of connection. So he's going to canter, light seat, and you're going to always keep a little feel of his mouth. Lead change. You're almost through there, right? Yeah. It just got a hair long, didn't it? Yeah, and then I stopped. So when you jump this was great. You have to land opposite of Steve. So Steve came in to direct, and you let this little here. There's a hair of this little bulge in that left leg. Close it up. So I'm going to just X that down, X down that back rail. Back rail, just X down. One corner. That's perfect. Now come again. We're going to make sure he's brave.
Just the bending line?
Let's just do the bending line. I'm going to stand here this time. But you got to get that top turn like I was up there. So now we're just breaking down the lines to figure out what exactly is going wrong. And leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's okay. Continue. Steve, see your hands? They get high and they get wavy. It's okay. It's okay. That was a good dismount. So you last minute you got a little.
Just got forward.
You did. You get a little weak. It's okay. It's okay. The rest was fantastic. So we're going to get you on. Make sure you're feeling confident. Yep. You want to leg up?
No.
No?
I'm banned from leg ups.
Oh. Do you want to get on the Cavaletti?
Yeah, that's fine.
Bucky. Where's our mounting block?
It's right outside.
Do you want to go out to that mounting block?
Okay.
Okay, hold on. We're just going to do that right. Bucky. Okay, I got him. You move the mounting block to you. Bucky. Bucky. Okay, go ahead. Get your mounting block. Bucky. And be careful, like you're waving your whip around right now. Just so you know. You always have to be careful about what you're telling this horse. Okay, so yeah, the bending line, probably the 5 is going to be the best.
Yeah.
And then you can do the little turn, Swedish oxer, and you should be able to do the 5 coming home.
This bending again?
Yeah, do that bending again. Do the 5, because the 4 I think is too much for him. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, without leaning back, try not to lean back. Keep leg. Leg, 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 leg. Good. That was a good recovery. Really good. Steve, are you ready for this? Seriously?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I'm a little rusty and he's a little unfit. Maybe if you wanted to do them, that'd be great.
Okay.
I don't want to keep doing that to him.
Okay, but I'll tell you what we're going to do, though. We'll do something else for you.
All right, sorry about that.
That's okay.
It's just like I said, we haven't done nothing, so it's hard to just
That I agree.
get right on it.
I agree. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch the exercise. Tara and Bucky will go, and then I'm going to just do something very easy, simple. Simple with you. Tara.
Pretty rusty.
A little bit. But that's okay. That's okay. So Tara, this time you're going to start long, not long approach, but start plank off the other direction. We're doing plank. We're going to go down to the blue.
Okay.
We're going to turn left. Then you're going to do Swedish oxer.
Okay.
Come through this gap here. And then we're going to do the red to the blue in a bending 5 most likely.
Okay. So, plank, blue,
Yep.
Swedish, red, CBH, jump.
Yes. Now you have to, I'll give you a little heads up. When you do the red, right here you're sort of lined up for the blue, but that's not really what you want to do. You want to land and put a little bit of a bend in it. Otherwise it'll be very awkward. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So that's a technical riding part that you have to just think about. Okay? I would stand over here a little bit. Now, you're going to think about that first jump again, being bold off that first approach. Keep a rhythm, keep a rhythm. Excellent. Well done. Steve? Simple jump, simple. Want to go? No. Okay. Bucky? So, Bucky, let's break it down all ahead of time. First jump, it's going to be similar. It's left lead, it should be okay. Tara, you got a little, the only risky thing I think Tara did is she really sliced it, and she almost could have hit the standard. Did you see that? So you want to be a little bit careful, maybe being a little more here than a little bit over there. Now, then she went lovely down to the blue. The only thing with the blue for you on a Bucky type is it's very out there. It's unrelated. It's just kind of there. So make sure, like we talked about earlier, you both have focus. Make your turn, and then all you're doing is looking for a nice rhythm to your Swedish oxer. Then again, allow a lightness of seat through the gap. Keep his attention here. If you have to say, hey, pay attention, keep your focus, and 5, 6, whatever you get, the bending line. It's not so much a number for you. Okay? Give that a shot. That was a very good transition. Best one yet. Stay light seat now. Light seat. Just keep a feel of his mouth. You don't need to sit down and drive him. Keep a feel and keep a little leg. Excellent. Lighter, lighter. You don't have to drive. Light. Light seat, Alessandra. Just keep a little feel, but light. Light. Lighter seat. You're sitting heavy, sitting too heavy, sitting too heavy. So what happened there?
I just lost all impulsion coming out.
Okay, so that a little bit is the essence of your whole problem with him, is you lack, there are times when you're not there. Even the time there where he stopped with you, you're going and you get, well, you get a little tricked by thinking he's going. He drags you a little bit, but then he's not there. So you always need to keep leg. Now you're in the habit of riding a little, like we talked about, defensively. You sit down, you drive. Honestly, I don't think you should ride him that strong. You need to ride him a little lighter, but remember to keep your leg on him when you're doing that. And I don't mean you have to stay, you can be a little 3-point, you can be a little close, right on the takeoff, you can sit down and push. But this sitting down and driving all the way, that I think becomes counterproductive with his type. He seems to me, especially today, like he really wants to go. He doesn't really want to be a naughty boy. And the times that he's had trouble are times that you've either ridden too defensively or you're not really there. Your support isn't there. You thought he had the 5, so you a little bit, I think, took advantage, like he's going, he's going to make it. But then you sort of take something away, and that worries him. He's careful, and he has enough worry in him that if you're there and then you take away, that concerns him. You always need to be there in a supporting way. You need to hold his hand all the time. Sometimes you drop his hand, and that he doesn't like that. So try that again. Yep. Shorten your reins because you're in the 2-point. Keep a feel of his mouth. Remember, you're holding his hand. Keep a little hand holding, a little leg, hand holding. Lovely. Keep a feel. Don't use speed. Keep a feel. Good. Keep a little feel, but light seat. Look. Lighter, lighter, lighter. That's it. Leg, leg, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. See the difference? Yeah. So you got there to an awkward distance, but because you had leg, he's happy to jump it. The time before, you just had no leg. That's all. That's all. Steve, can we review the Cavaletti line with you?
Yeah, I just don't, I'm not ready to do some of this stuff, and I don't want to put him in a position
Yeah.
where he's going to fail,
Yeah.
or I'm going to fail. So,
Oh, we don't want failure.
yeah, so I would do the Cavaletti line, or you could do them if you'd like.
Why don't we just do the Cavaletti line to finish you up?
Yeah. So
Canter in, just go do the Cavaletti line. And reverse, how about reverse turn over the red like we did the first time and then come back on it? It'll be a 4 to a 4 or a 4 to a 5, depending on how you want to do it. You're good there. Both hands, feel like your hands are in that little square area, that invisible box. You're a rock star today, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's okay. Come forward, Dan, a little bit forward. Look. Go back and do the red again. And allow him to do, he can do 3 strides here, 4. You have to be careful with what you do on his mouth. Your jump itself was fine. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. That was okay. You're just rusty. You know you are. But your jump was fine. It's just you get into a conflict with him when you are asking him to do something and he resists. Okay. Then you go to, I'm going to be strong. And when you're too strong, because then you overdo. Yes. And he's fighting you, I think partly because of, he's not in the work, he's not in the program. But you get into a power struggle a little bit. That's why that happened.
Do you have an alternative for me?
Yes, I think you need to, if you want to do this kind of, you just have to work him a little bit. Okay. Yeah. I mean, to be doing trail riding and then asking him to do this. Yeah, no, this was too much for. This was for you. Correct. It's a lot, and because of knowing you a little bit, that's a little bit your tendency anyway. Yes. And in the beginning, you were better, and I think mentally you're tired. Correct. Because you're not in the game. Tara is more in the game because she practices and she's in a program. Alessandro, she has a difficult horse, but she's showing. You're not out there showing. So I think mentally you're fatigued. I am. I agree. And that's why you're having troubles at a simple thing. Yes. That's all. That's the difference, because in the beginning, you didn't make any of those mistakes. Yes. You were right on, spot on, you were excellent. As soon as you get a little tired mentally, you're overthinking, you're trying too hard, and then that causes problems. Okay. That's all. Get it? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, now to finish up, we've got the ladies left. We're going to start over the green, the oxer in the center. Bucky's favorite jump. Start over it, just by itself. So you're going to come this way. Then what we're going to do is turn left. So you'll just make a turn, go around the cavaletti, and come outside. And then we're going to come up to the black. After the black, we're going to go down the outside line. Rider's choice 5 or 6. So make a decision now or make a decision when you land from your black, what you want to do. After that, then what you're going to do, so you've done the green, you're going to make a right-hand turn and you're going to do a little roll back on your red. After the red, turn left, and then you'll do a little bit of a long approach up to the vertical. Yes.
Around the cavaletti?
Yep.
To the black?
Yes.
Outside line?
5 or 6.
5 or 6. Roll back onto the red?
Yep. Turn left.
Turn left.
Long approach up to the vertical. Now, after the vertical, you know you're already angling left. So pay attention that as they're knowing that, because you're on that angle. So make sure you turn, don't run into the people, and try not to skid into them. Turn a little sooner, okay? Just be careful with the people sitting up there.
I think I'll do the 5. Right onto the red. Long approach.
So you should stand right here is going to be good. Yeah, that's perfect. Good, Tara. She knows her horse is a little tired. Excellent. Balance. Balance him now. Remember that past mistake. Balance him here with leg. Balance him. Start to look at it now. So he's not even turning his head, right? You have to turn his head so he looks at the jump. He's not even look. Don't go faster, Tara. It's not speed. Just turn his head. There you go. There you go. Excellent. Yeah, but so he's got to turn his head and look at the jump.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm trying to turn him too much off the outside, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't even know. You got to turn his head so he sees the jump.
Okay.
Yes. But the rest of it was spectacular. You see that with Bucky? You could really, this horse had no idea he was jumping, even a couple times in a row. Tara had him so stiff, but he's also got to look at the jump. Very good. Very good. Good. And Bucky, are you ready? Hold his hand. And but what I mean is you're going to keep a contact, a little connection, and leg. And leg doesn't mean go faster always. It just means support. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to X that down for you.
Should I come at it like she did at more of an angle, or should I come down kind of in the
So I think for you, you're going to come, if you come right here, yeah, you're going to angle it. I'm just going to X it down so it's really easy for him. He just needs to hop over it. And halt. And go again. I just want to make sure he's really listening to you. Remember, that's okay. So come on down here. That's not going to be a good place to start. Go over, come around again. But there he wasn't really going to listen to you. So we're trying to set him up for success. If he's not listening in the first canter, chances are your first jump will not be so good. Okay, canter, leg, send him forward. Get that turn. Make sure he's there. You're holding his hand, but he's focused on you. No, not any faster. Alessandro, he's in a good canter. He doesn't have to go any faster. Beautiful. Not any faster. Decide what you're going to do in the line. Good choice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Look at it. Outside leg, outside leg. Good job. Long approach. Feel it. Keep the support. Canter around and do the last jump again. That was a little weak. Both of you. So get in a light seat. Trust him a little bit. Keep a little feel of his mouth. No faster than that, okay? It's not about racing or getting into a long stride. It's just maintaining a good stride. Excellent. Well done. Good job. That was really good. Sometimes you confuse when he gets going and drags you, you confuse that like that's a good thing. It's not always a good thing because what happens to him is he gets into a long stride and then it's too long to manage. And then you get to an awkward distance because he's not as rideable. So you have to be careful. It's always managing the medium, what I call a medium stride. And from there you can lengthen or you can shorten. Steve has a very long-strided horse naturally, but you have to manage that. It's great sometimes, but we saw on different occasions today how it's a negative. And then lack of rideability plays a part. Then you have a hard time managing him. Tara's horse overall is very adjustable as long as she has him in gear. And actually Bucky is fairly adjustable as long as you really have him engaged. Sometimes you're going, but he's not really engaged. And when he's not really engaged, then he's not really manageable in his stride. And that's the key is for you to learn how to do it and recognize it. It's really the recognition first. And then you can say, it's not really what I want. And then you can make it better and better and better. Do you understand? Yeah. Any questions? Steve, any questions? Very good. I'd say for Steve, if you're going to do some serious work, you should do something a little different so he doesn't have such an evasion.
Okay.
I like him, though. He's
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know what to do, you know? I don't know what to do. So.
and he's only 6?
Yeah. He might be 7, just 7, but he's a good horse.
He is a good horse.